Well, I'm Lisa Stockton, and I was the head coach of the Tulane women's basketball team during the years of Katrina, and I'm sitting here with Ashley Langford, who was just a baby, just a freshman in that year. But Ashley, what do you remember about leaving campus?
Well, I remember it was freshman move-in day, and me and my dad were moving all my stuff into JL back in the day and put everything away, and I remember you calling and being like, hey, there's a storm coming, it's no big deal, we'll be back in a couple days. So I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I have no idea about hurricanes at all. And so I'm just trusting you, listening to you, right? So me and my dad just go to Jackson, Mississippi. And I remember getting out of New Orleans was like hard. Everybody was panicking, like we went to go get gas and like the lines were really long. But we finally did make it to Jackson, and then obviously, we thought we were just going to come back in a couple of days, but we just started watching the storm and more coverage of it, and then decided to just end up going back to Texas.
We had freshman orientation is what it was. You guys were and the only people on campus were the freshmen.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I remember some of you guys, oh, we're okay, we'll stay. Oh no, you can't stay. And one freshman went with another freshman, and they stayed through the storm down in the bayou. So yeah. It was really a crazy time.
Very much so.
Okay, so we end up with the team in Lubbock a couple weeks later, and a little different than New Orleans. And what do you remember about Lubbock?
I mean, it was a big stage, obviously the Big 12. It was a lot of fun in terms of seeing the athletics, and really too just how everybody embraced us. You know, from the athletic director to Marsha Sharp to just the women's programs, the men's program. I mean, to have us as strangers, I didn't feel like that. I really felt like even the professors, because obviously we had to take classes there too. And I remember everybody telling me, like the upperclassmen, they're like, hey, take English here at Lubbock. Take English here at Tech. Don't do it at Tulane. But yeah, I think it was welcoming, open arms, and I really felt like we didn't go without. I feel like we had everything that we needed. I do remember early practices though, because obviously we had to share a gym. Yeah, like walking from the dorm to the arena in the dark. I do remember that a lot, but just blessed to be able to play.
Yeah, I do remember you talking about we had everything we needed, but that came from a lot of calls to friends to send. We lost all of our practice gear. We lost all of our gear. So I remember, you know, when you guys wanted to start practice, I mean, we had to, between Nike and friends sending things, you guys were a little mismatched at times, but we got on the court and it was good to be out there. I mean, I think one thing that sticks with me about Lubbock is we played an exhibition game before the women there. And I mean, the women were one of the top, 5 or 10 in the country in attendance. And I mean, that was your first game as a freshman as an exhibition game in Lubbock before a huge crowd.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, to see, like I said, just to see the support of athletics in Lubbock and the support of us. Like, we weren't even their team, you know, and that just says a lot about the community and a lot about the university, but it was fun.
Well, I think the basketball community was amazing because at 6 o'clock practices, I don't know if you remember this, but we had people that came and watched our practice at 6 a.m. and we barely got there. And they're just basketball crazy out there. So I think that was one positive thing you could take out of there, just to feel that love for it.
For sure.
So we come back to campus, and I remember the date, it was December 18th, and we did everything we could to get you guys back to campus. And we took the guarantee from LSU to fly you guys back so we could play at home. But what do you remember about that first game back here in New Orleans?
It's interesting hearing all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we didn't even know as players. Yeah, no, I just remember having a lot of pride, really wanting to win the game, obviously, just because obviously we're not from New Orleans, but Alondra Brown is from New Orleans, right? And that's a teammate of ours and player, and just that pride that she has for her city and wanting to show that we're still here and we're resilient, and just being able to play again. I think that said a lot for you, our team, and the city of New Orleans at the time.
The thing I remember that hit me emotionally, a couple of things. Walking in and seeing our fans, it was really emotional for me. It was your first game back, but it was kind of home for me. Right. But right before the national anthem, we didn't have a band or anything, and they were going to play something recorded. Do you remember what happened?
I don't.
Okay. One of the fans, only in New Orleans, stood up with the trumpet and played it.
Oh, wow.
One person played the national anthem, everybody stood up, and you could just see tears. So it was really amazing that, I guess who brings a trumpet to a game, but he was prepared. And that just kind of set it off like, okay, we're home, we're back, where people, just a little more personal. So when you look back, I know it was a long time ago, but when you look back on that season, what do you think that taught you as a player, as a person, and just maybe even about life?
In general, I just feel like the love, that so many different people, institutions came together across the country to help, at a time when no one knew what was going to happen or go on. So yeah, that we can all come together and still be there for each other, as a country, and really help. I think that for me was nice. And like now as an adult and a coach, right, understanding your position, right, and a lot of the unknowns at the time, I can't even imagine. So again, just having those people, you, Rick Dixon, the Poise, and then also knowing that you stick together and you can get through anything. And I really feel like that with our team, and no one will ever share that season, right? We have a bond for life that will stick with us forever.
I think that one thing it taught me was, we always say the importance of leadership, but the leadership of this university, you talked about Rick Dixon, but I think of Scott Cowan. Yep. And all the things he did to tie in the other universities in the country and really kept this place afloat. The relationships that were created from Tulane to the community were there. But I also believe that when we won the championship the next year, we won a regular season championship, so your sophomore year. I think the resiliency that you guys showed to get through Katrina paid off in that season. And the bond and resiliency and all those things, it really it made a difference, and just made you a little tougher, made you have a little edge.
That team, what do you want people to remember the most about us?
I think we were low on numbers and we were very young, but I want them to be proud of what we did. I mean, we went a long way from home to Lubbock and fought through a lot of adversity. And I want people to look back on that team, and we talked about the next year we won the conference championship. I want people to be proud of just who you guys were, and just the type of players you were, and the resiliency you had, and just the maturity you showed way beyond your years to be able to compete. I think it just showed a lot about, it's kind of like Tulane tough right there, an example of that. So I'm really proud of that team, and I think every time we see one of y'all from your team, there's just a certain connection that we'll always have because of that. Okay, so that season, one word, sum it up. What do you think?
I mean, the obvious is resilient. You just mentioned that. But I would say brave. I mean, I think we were fearless, and maybe some of it was just because we didn't know any better. Maybe some of it was because we had the leadership, but just brave. Didn't know what was going to happen next. We had to adapt a lot, but I don't remember those moments. Like I said, I don't remember feeling not supported. I don't remember feeling like we were going without. So again, but I think to just continue every day not knowing what was going to happen is courageous. So I would say brave.
I agree. I think you guys were really very brave through that, and just did kind of followed our lead. And you got, and again, we were very young. We had no seniors on the roster, and so I definitely believe you were, and you had a lot of trust. That's probably what I would say. You had trust. You had trust in Tulane and the leadership, and you had trust in each other.
For sure.